baby's father's on the phone. Wants to...
When?
He says there's a bus at 17 minutes past 9, and it takes 24 minutes.
Roy. Look, tell him she's all his later, he can wait. I am going home today, aren't I?
When we're happy that you're both okay.
Look, we're fine. And tell Roy if he keeps hassling me, he's going to regret it.
You need to attend to her, Tracy. Work out if there's something she needs.
Food, wind nappies, that's it, innit?
Maybe she just needs to be held, comforted. The world's a strange place to her right now.
I told work I'm ill. I've only been there 2 minutes. I feel awful lying.
Oh, don't worry. We'll all have ulcers by the time Tracy's done with us. Then you won't be.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
You should have told the truth.
Oh, what? That I'm trying to persuade my daughter not to give her baby away? I don't think so.
Rita Sullivan gets a night in jail for barely cuffing a child. And our Tracy can chuck her baby round the neighbourhood like a bag of washing and nobody bats an eyelid.
Oh, there's eyelids batting, all right. Plenty of them.
I'm really disappointed in Roy. He was always determined that his marriage to Hayley was legitimate. So how does he reconcile marrying Tracy like that?
Good. You're on our side at last.
No, I'm not on any sides. I just want what's best for our granddaughter.
Well, maybe spending the night with her will have made Tracy think more carefully about it.
I hope not. It was in that wanted to give you up.
Oh, thanks.
Doing all that factory, so I just put a note through for Mr. Baldwin. You can't expect me to work notice, not for maternity leave. I'll pop over again this afternoon.
I don't imagine there's going to be time for popping anywhere this afternoon. I think things might become somewhat busy.
But today? The baby's coming today?
It would appear so. There being no sign of complications, family circumstances accepted. I fear my elbows may not be quite sensitive enough to gauge water temperature.
Oh, no, it's quite hot, that, right?
Ah. Look, would you mind staying here in case she phones? I need to go to the bank to raise a banker's draft for Tracy's outstanding payment.
Well, can you not just write a cheque?
Well, cheques take time to clear. Banker's draft's like giving her cash, only safer.
Right, I feel sick.
Yes, I have a certain anxiety. I suppose the enormity of becoming a parent is bound to have a physical as well as an emotional impact.
So I'm going to have one of them parties, you know, where the hens don't really go anywhere or do anything. You know, like them boxed up hens that just peck all day. Ah, what they called?
What?
You know, the hens in cages. You're not bothered about me hen party, are you?
No.
Steve?
All I'm bothered about is me and you getting back to being Mr. and Mrs. MacDonald.
Well, that's what I'm talking about me hen party.
Look, we should have never fallen out. We should never have got divorced. We belong together. That's all I'm interested in.
Big softy.
And it's battery endo you're having.
There's no physical reason to keep Tracy and the baby in, but it's always a worry when a mother isn't bonding with a newborn. I like to know there's plenty of support at home and not just from the father.
Well, we'll do everything we can.
It's a bit early to say, but it could be a case of postnatal blues. Time and support, that's what she needs.
Oh, she's not short of support.
Good.
Wish the same could be said of time.
His husband's only at this time.
Well, the midwife says your husband's been ordered to leave you alone. She's concerned about you.
Yeah, well, I'm concerned about her if she can't tell you from Roy Cropper.
How's she been?
You just sometimes give her a bottle.
Why don't you take her? She's quiet now.
If you've had enough, Gran, just put her down.
What about a name?
What about one?
You'll want her to have a name.
It's not up to me, is it?
What would you call her if it was?
I don't know. What goes with Cropper?
You think this is all a game, don't you? A big joke.
Cord's cut, Gran, she's not my problem.
It's a disgrace. I thought that giving birth would wake you up, make you see sense. But you're as hard as nails.
Look, you knew all along what I was planning to do. Why is everyone acting all surprised all of a sudden?
I'm ashamed of you, Tracy. Ashamed to call you my granddaughter.
Then don't. If I can turn my back on her, Gran, turning my back on you will be a doddle.
I'm an old woman. All the future I've got is wrapped up in you. And in her. It might not be shameful to give birth out of wedlock anymore. But it will never sinful to treat your flesh and blood so cheaply.
She wasn't born out of wedlock, was she? And married, or had you forgotten that little detail?
Forgotten it. I'll never be able to forget any of this as long as I'm breathing. Which I'm starting to hope will not be much longer.
What's going on?
We're wasting our time. I want to go home.
I'll get you a taxi.
Someone order a cab. Cab for Reddish. Right, come on then.
Ah, Steve, you haven't brought the baby, have you? I was expecting Ken to pick them up, and I was anticipating a phone call to prepare us for their arrival. You see, Vera's not due for another couple of minutes.
No, I'm on a fair... What? They're coming home today, are they, Tracy and the baby?
Yes, indeed. Today.
Right. Well, I better get going.
You should see her, Steve. She is quite the most perfect little girl that you could imagine.
Yeah, I'm sure. Right, I better get up.
Absolutely perfect.
Your gran's in a right state.
She is.
Do you think you can forget that? You were this to me once. And no matter how big you get, no matter how many ugly things you do, and believe me, this is right up there, you are and will always be my baby. And nothing you or I could ever do would change that.
What, that's supposed to make me want to keep her?
Yes, because that's how you're gonna feel about her.
Look, not everybody is like you.
I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about you. Part of you must feel something. Come here, sweetie. Just hold her for a minute. Take her. Go on. You might think you can turn your back on her now, Tracy, but I promise you that wherever you go in the world, however much you try to forget, you'll always know that there's a part of you out there. And she will always, always be somewhere in your mind.
I didn't want to have a baby. I didn't want her.
Yeah, well, you did have her. And there she is. Look, you might not feel as if you love her now, but underneath,
I do love her, do I? You know that.
Underneath, I don't think you love yourself very much at the moment. And rejecting her is just your way of proving that you deserve nothing good.
Look, how do you know how I feel? You and Grant are more interested in telling me how I feel rather than finding out.
Well, come on then, enlighten me. Am I wrong?
Look, I made my decision months ago. I decided. I can't back out now.
But might you want to?
I don't know what I want.
Tracy, if you only think you might want her, then it's enough. To take more time. Bring her home. Just for a little while. She could be the turning point in your life. Give yourself a chance. For both your sakes.